welcome to the Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Game of the Week on the NBC TV network as the Valparaiso Beacons play host to the Bradley Braves. As we greet you from the Arc in Valparaiso, Indiana, Andy Mazer joined by former Larry Bird Trophy winner Adam Emenecker. We welcome you to our broadcast here tonight with a couple of very hot teams on the floor here tonight. Bradley has won 4 of its last 5, and Valparaiso comes in having won 3 of its last 4. It's crunch time, really, at the end of the season for both these teams.
Yeah, trying to play as good a basketball as they can going into Arch Madness. Bradley, of course, illusions of that NCAA tournament bid, and if you're Valpo, played really well against the top teams in this league. Beat Northern Iowa, have also beat Belmont, so keeping that momentum, wanting to make some noise in St. Louis.
And Valpo probably better than its record indicates, especially against Bradley the first time these two teams played in Peoria.
Yeah, that double overtime outing, and just even a free throw by De La Cruz Monegro in overtime. If he knocks down the first of 2, we could be telling a different story of the wins and losses, but ultimately for Bradley, too much from their big 3. Darius Hannah, 21, Duke Dean, 20, and you see this sweet fadeaway. Zeke Montgomery, big bucket down the stretch. He finished with 19.
And Valpo's being led by a freshman who's won his 3rd consecutive Freshman of the Week award. That's all right.
Yeah, it just keeps getting better, too. 6 times he's won the award on the year. 20 times in double figures, including 3 of his last 4. Coming off 29 points at SIU. When you talk up to Roger Powell about all right, just loves his upside, making a strong case for Freshman of the Year in this league.
Well, it is senior night here at Valparaiso as well. They'll honor a couple of seniors before the game. We'll tell you more about them coming up. And in the meantime, we'll head to a break and come back with the opening tip. It's Bradley and Valparaiso from Valparaiso, Indiana next.
Are you joking? You're joking. Tell me you're joking.
It's a little early for jokes, but here goes. This muffin goes on vacation.
What's happening?
You said joking 3 times. That's why I'm here. Anyway, this muffin.
Well, I was just excited about my new car.
New car? Oh, you don't need a joke. You need a Jake. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent can help you choose the coverage you need.
All right, I got a show, so. You forgot your toothbrush, Jimmy Fallon.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's more than an attraction. It's a destination.
Spend a day doing it all.
Can we go for a ride? That's amazing! So where's this?
It's all here at St. Louis Union Station.
Plan your visit at stlouisunionstation.com.
You bring joy. You give smiles. You create memories. You are someone's favorite person, and your health matters. 4 out of 10 adults will develop cancer in their lifetime, but screening tests can catch cancer early and help save lives. For the lives you touch, to learn which cancer screenings are right for you and to schedule an appointment, visit GetScreenedNow.com or call 314-208-2737.
The valley runs deep.
We have All-Americans. We have champions.
We have Olympians.
We have legends.
And the valley just got deeper.
The NBC TV network is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Credit Union One, the official deposit partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Explore St. Louis. Start planning your visit now at exploreStLouis.com. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Contact an agent near you for all your home, farm, auto, or business insurance needs.
And welcome back. Valparaiso as Bradley and Valpo getting ready to go here tonight. Let's take a look at our series history made possible by Antigua, proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Antigua Apparel arrived comfortably. Bradley in the lead of this series 13-5 and has won the last 7 games. We already told you about the last time these two teams met in double overtime. Bradley gets a win in Peoria. Let's get to Adam's keys to the game. They're brought to you by Credit Union One.
for Bradley rebound margin. -7 last time. Gave up 16 offensive rebounds. Helped keep this Valpo team in the game. #1 in the MVC in defensive rebounds. Have to give up nothing easy on the road. And for Valparaiso, keep the momentum. You mentioned it, Andy. Winners of 3 out of 4. This Valpo group, 10-3, leading at the half. Have to get off to a hot start against a hungry Bradley team.
Discover better banking for all with Credit Union One, the official deposit partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Learn more at Missouri Valley Conference, cu1.com. Let's get to the starters now for the Braves and the Beacons. Zeke Montgomery, Christian Davis, Duke Dean, Hamid Jonovic, Darius Hanna. That's the starting 5 for Brian Wardle. It's Jefferson, De La Cruz, Monegro, All Right, Darius Diavero, Tyler Schmidt, and Cooper Schwieger. Schmidt getting a start as a senior. Diavero, also a senior.
Yeah, a lot of emotions for both Diavero and Schmidt coming in for some senior night. And how cool to see playing the Canadian national anthem before this game for Darius Diavero, a Canada native.
There you see All Right, the all-world freshman here in the Valley. Now the fans here getting ready for this one to get underway, and so are we. And the opening tap controlled by the Braves. It'll be Duke Dean to bring it up for the Braves in the red jerseys. Now for the home whites. Jonovic, the last time these two teams played here was instant offense. 15 points in 15 minutes. That is still his career high.
Yeah, Jonovic was really good. Kind of a breakout game for him last year. He's a guy that, for Coach Brian Wardle here, about the last third of the season has gotten more and more minutes. Just a big fella on the inside. Good touch on the interior.
Right against Davis. And Davis got a hand in there and a steal and deflected into the backcourt. Shot clock down to 8. This is Schmidt calling for the screen. And that shot partially blocked by Hanna, and here come the Braves.
How about active hands on the defensive side? That's what Coach Brian Wardle and his staff are looking for. Active and intense on the defensive end.
And left-hander goes in for Hanna.
That's just a tough matchup on the interior. Hanna at the 4 position with Jonovic playing the 5. A bit of a mismatch for any Valpo defender with his size near the rim.
Right will lean over that dribble. Schwieger. Now Diavero will pop and score.
They've gotten so much better, Andy, over the course of his career, especially his ability to shoot the ball. Darius Diavero playing with a lot of confidence. His inclusion in the starting lineup for this Valpo group a few weeks ago really has helped with ball movement and the togetherness of the Beacons.
Mismatch down low, and Jonovic is going to get called for the offensive foul. Just lowered the shoulder. Diavero took it all. Happy senior night, huh?
Yeah, and that's just great defense by Diavero, knowing there was a bit of a mismatch, and that's something Valpo's going to do. Switch some of those screen and rolls, get in the mismatch for Jonovic on the inside, but a heady play by Diavero to draw that charge.
Taylor Cruz Monegro will hand it off. Now Diavero gets it once again, working against Dean. Now Schwieger will launch the 3 and hit. Schwieger, not really noted for the 3-point shot. He's under 28%, but he hits that one.
Yeah, but capable and enough to keep defenses honest, especially against Jonovic. Schwieger, of course, really good game the last time these two met. 21.6 rebounds.
Nice touch pass inside and the layup for Hanna. He's got all 4 of Bradley's points.
And Darius Hanna is a big X factor for this group. His ability to score, use his athleticism, blocking a shot already, plus a couple buckets.
That was career block number 134, by the way. He's 6th all-time at Bradley. Shot clock down to 12. Schwieger forcing his way in. A little circus shot, no. And the ball's out of bounds to the Bradley Braves. So Brian Wardle, the head man for the Braves. There you see him in his 10th season here. 180 wins, 145 losses. He's now 4th all-time in wins at Bradley. That one missed. Rebound tapped out to Dean. He'll pull the trigger. Rebound underneath, and Davis scores.
Yeah, those toughness plays are so big for Bradley. Part of, 10 years now with Brian Wardle. The foundation of this program is built on defensive intensity and making hustle plays is all right. Unable to knock that one down, clearing the boards is Christian Davis. But for this Bradley team, this is an elite offense this year. A little different identity than we're used to seeing for Coach Brian Wardle, but still know how to dig deep, make the hustle plays, and get stops.
Number 1 in the country from behind the arc, 41.1% coming into this one. That one kicked. Gonna stay with the Braves. Roger Powell, who started Illinois, has been an assistant several places, including Gonzaga, here in his second season. 20-41, and the arrow seems to be pointing up.
Yeah, just so impressive this year, doubling his win total from last year, doubling his win total in conference play as well. And we mentioned it in the open, this Beacon ball club has been hyper competitive, especially against the best teams in this league. Definitely a dangerous team. Winners of 3 out of 4 down the stretch.
Montgomery fakes the 3 and hits the mid-range.
And that's where he's more comfortable. Zeke Montgomery really good in the mid-range, using his size, 6'6", good length, good ball skills. He's capable of knocking down the threes, but he's really good and dangerous in the mid-range.
8-5, Bradley with the lead. 16 minutes to play here in this first. All right, going all the way in with a little Euro step, and he'll get the foul called. Duke Dean. That'll be his first. That's going to send us to our officials' timeout.
And how about early offense from both these groups? Bradley clicking, Zeke Montgomery getting to his happy place, knocking down the midi.
Brachytherapy is a highly precise form of cancer radiation treatment that only targets the cancer cells and can be done in one visit. OSF Cancer Institute offers one of the nation's top programs and serves patients from throughout the region. Brachytherapy, only at OSF.
I'm Ryan Scritzo, owner of Scritzo Concrete Lifting and Slabjacking. Are you tired of that bump when you pull into your garage? Or has your patio settled and it's causing water to get in your basement? Has your front step settled and now your mother-in-law can't get in your house? Well, with one call to Scritzo Concrete Lifting and Slabjacking, we can fix all of your sunken concrete needs. That is, if you actually want your mother-in-law to be able to get to your house. If I can't fix it, I'll level with you, but I'll always give you an option to fix your problem. So give Scritzo Concrete Lifting and Slabjacking a call today for your free estimate.
Delivering the most trusted forecast is something we're proud of.
And it starts with our team of 5 meteorologists.
Leading the way with more eyes tracking the latest weather patterns.
So you're always prepared for the next big thing.
Here's your first alert for some brutal cold out there.
Mornings, evenings, and weekends too.
Because with our team of 5 meteorologists, our commitment is to make sure you know first.
Alerting you first, when and where, days in advance.
So trust the 25 News First Alert Weather Team, because when we know, you'll know.
Are you ready to help the kids of St. Jude and possibly win a brand new house? The St. Jude Dream Home is back. And if you reserve your ticket by March 19th, you'll have a chance to win a 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid Sports Sedan from Bob Lindsay Honda. This beautiful home by Scott Lewis Homes is in Edwards, and it could be yours for just $100. Tickets are limited and always sell fast. Visit dreamhome.org to reserve your ticket today and help the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
When joint pain comes for your knees and hips, trust the surgeons at OSF Healthcare. From repairs to total replacements, we handle the toughest cases, the most complex knee and hip replacements, only at OSF.
Tonight's Birdwatch presented by Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. Take a look at a couple of guys here that certainly are in contention. Duke Dean and All Right.
Yeah, Duke Dean, the only returner in the Missouri Valley that was on an All-Valley team last year, preseason player of the year. And for me, he's going to be on my first team All-League ballot. And, how about All Right? Just the year he's had. We talked about this a couple of times already, but continues to get better. 20 points in 3 of his last 4 to close the season. As he's freed up in that 2-guard position, he's just done a great job doing what he did this last possession, getting downhill, drawing contact, trying to finish at the rim.
Great Southern Bank of the Valley, proud to recognize the league's player of the year with the Larry Bird Trophy. All right, missing on the free throw, which is strange because he's shooting 83% from the line.
And this Valpo team, one of the strengths of this group, ability to get to the free throw line and knock down free throws in bunches. It's been a big key to success for this Beacon offense.
Yeah, they're 8th in the country in free throw percentage. Jaquan Johnson checking in for the first time for the Braves. Now Montgomery looking inside to Hannah, picked up by Justice McNair, who's in also for the first time. And Hannah gets free and lays it in.
And you see he wanted to get to that left hand, that little just shoulder shimmy, getting the defense. Justice McNair off balance. Darius Hannah 6 already in this game, off to a hot start. Brian Wardle feeding him.
Schwieger on the attack and using glass to score.
I really like that out of timeouts for Coach Roger Powell. You see him do that quite a bit, trying to get 13 and White a touch. Freshman of the year in the league last year. He's continued to grow here in his second year in Valparaiso.
Omar Allison is into the game. Sharpshooter from Iceland. That one knocked away by McNair and kept in bounds. And here comes all right for the Beacons into the front court.
Valpo wants to get this game to be a bit of a full court game, put pressure on the Bradley defense to get back. Looking for early shots in the shot clock, a little bit of pace.
Good job by Allison defensively. Now right. Taylor Cruz Monegro leaning inside, using glass left it short. And Hannah with the board. Johnson will bring it up. Johnson's had some big games of late for the Braves. And a whistle. And a foul. Coming up. And that'll be on Jefferson De La Cruz Monegro. I had to use the smallest font I could find on my board to have that name fit.
De La Cruz Monegro, good the last time these two played. So good getting downhill, using his athleticism, going to his right hand, just tripping up Montgomery that time on the defensive end.
Come out to Jonovic. Hand off to Davis. He'll bust his way down the lane and miss the layup. And a whistle and a foul on the rebound going against Bradley.
I think, is that one going to be on Jonovic? Yeah, that's going to be the second early foul on Jonovic. Christian Davis, though, unable to finish that layup, but such a versatile piece for Coach Brian Wardle. His ability to defend, can defend multiple positions, can put the ball on the deck, and probably most dangerous as a catch-and-shoot guy in the corner.
Kaspar Sepp into the game. Normally in the starting lineup, but deferring today to the seniors.
And Bradley fans will remember Kaspar Sepp. 11 points, 15 rebounds, was absolutely dominant on the boards in Peoria last time these two played.
And a hand-checking foul coming up here on Davis. A lot of physicality in the game with Allright as well.
Well, and you think about that, Allright's a freshman, right? I mean, normally you see freshmen kind of getting pushed around a little bit, but Allright going at 6'2", 6'3", going right at the 6'7" Davis.
Comes from some confidence. He said everything clicking. So why not be a confident player?
Right.
There's steal there, deflected once again by Davis with that long wingspan. Shot clock to 7. Rebound contested. And McNair will travel. He ran right in to Demarion Birch. Lost the handle.
Yeah, we might have to take a look at that again. I'm not sure where the travel was. 1, 2. Yeah, actually, good call. I think that is 3 steps before contact. I thought the travel was after he went up, coming down, but I do think that's Beacon faithful don't like it. I think that's a good call. As Jaquan Johnson, that's what makes him so tough. I mean, we talk about freshmen and physicality. No fear for 22 in red, going hard to the rim, and been such a good piece off the bench.
McNair's 3 is too strong, so go out of bounds. And we go to Bradley, up 4 here with 12:59 to play. Let me ask you, too, I mean, as freshmen, you got to have faith in the coach. They're not going to take you out if you're going to make a mistake like this, but this is complete and utter domination toward the hole.
Well, I think for Coach Brian Wardle, understanding and letting his players be who they are, right? And Jaquan Johnson is a guy that's going to draw a lot of contact, gets to the free throw line, can shoot open threes as well, and he's a bulldog getting to the rim. Hard to stay in front of, built almost like a linebacker.
Allison will give it up. Now Johnson tries to attack again. He'll find Allison. That one off the mark. And almost spun in. Deadened off that back iron. Diavero. And a shot down by Sepp, he's excited about that one. He gets his first one to fall.
And Kaspar Sepp only averages 4 points per game on the year, except when he plays against Bradley. We mentioned that 11 points. The only time he was in double figures, knocked down to 3 in that game as well. Feeling it early.
Long three, short. And went over the backboard and out of bounds to Valpo. That's not what Brian Wardle wants to see. 0 for 4 tonight from behind the arc.
And with that, the three from Kaspar Sepp looked, stepped up, confidence, able to knock that one through. Nothing but net. Good assist, though. Darius Diavero. Good job manipulating the ball screen coverage. Be able to give Sepp a little bit of space.
And now Schwieger attacking. Nope. And a whistle and a foul over the back. And a foul coming up on Sepp here as we head to break here with 11:55 remaining in the first. We got a good one. Bradley 12, Valpo 11 here from Valparaiso, Indiana.
People overlook the Midwest, but the Lou represents.
St. Louis has it all from A to Z.
We got music, we got food.
Forest Park.
The history.
Six Flags, the Magic House, the zoo.
Hey, and what about the sports? Come on.
Baseball it's nuts. It's crazy.
I don't know if it's a well-kept secret or not, but it seems like one.
Since 1991, St. Louis has served as the gateway to the best men's basketball tournament. Arch Madness. Experience buzzer beaters, madness, and Missouri Valley Conference glory. And it begins here. The 2025 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament, presented by Credit Union 1 and Great Southern Bank, tips off March 6th through the 9th. Celebrate 35 years of Arch Madness. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
At Indiana State University, we're all in for you. So you can be all striving, all thriving, all achieving, all the time. Bring your hustle, your drive, and your ambitions. Match it all with opportunities that make your resume sing. Work on real-world projects as part of your degree. Find your people in a welcoming community. So, are you in?
Whether your day starts early or goes late into the night, brings the discovery of something new, or just the work of getting it done, it's all easier with a little help. At Great Southern Bank, we understand the importance of having a trusted, reliable support team who can offer you helpful resources and smart options to make the most of what you have and build on it, with possibilities that inspire you to keep going. Find your support team at GreatSouthernBank.com. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
Our Missouri Valley Conference standings are a production of the Country Inn and Suites by Radisson Valparaiso, the preferred hotel of the Missouri Valley Conference in Northwest Indiana. UNI gets a win tonight over UIC to move to 14-5. Drake playing right now against Evansville. And, of course, with Northern Iowa winning Bradley, this one becomes a little more important for them.
Yeah, and Bradley looking ahead potentially to that matchup against Northern Iowa at the end of the week. That could be a challenge for second place in the league. You look at this, though, Andy. Look at just the mashup in the middle. So our top four are mostly set. We'll see who 2 and 3 are. But they've got a lot of competitive teams that are going to go into Arch Madness. And depending on the matchups, have a pretty good chance against those higher seeds. You got teams like Illinois State, who has played really well, beat Belmont, beat Bradley. UIC beat Drake, one at Bradley. Murray State, one at Drake, at UNI. You go on and down the list. It's going to be a fun Arch Madness, fun tournament this year.
It always is. One other note about Brian Wardle tonight. He is coaching in his 326th game for Bradley. That ties him for third place with Jim Molinari. Wow. Who spent 11 seasons at the helm. Now Birch out of the timeout, looking to attack. Hangs and missed. Trying to get his own rebound, but it's ripped away by Sepp.
Unable to finish, but that's a good take by Demarion Birch. He's a guy that can really get downhill, can create his own shot, shoot it well, shooting it really well from 3 this year as well. Instant offense off the bench.
Isaiah Shaw in. He'll pull the trigger. Missed on the first 3 attempt. But underneath again, it's Sepp to keep it alive. Too strong on that 3. And Sepp once again. setting up. Diavero missing that one, and Hannah finally pulls it down. And the Braves escape and get into the front court.
Yeah, Sepp looking like he did in Peoria. I mentioned 15 rebounds in that game. Just a dominant possession. Kaspar Sepp, tough to keep off the offensive glass. Good find.
And a foul going to be called on Diavero. So Diavero will pick up his first. But Hannah's such a tough matchup, and you mentioned, how versatile he is to play the 4 and the 5.
Yeah, at 6'9", he's got good length, good pop to the rim, and he's expanded his game, able to shoot it a little better from three-point land this year, help rounding out this Braves offense.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by Prairie Farms Dairy. Drink local with Prairie Farms. Good on the first one for Darius Hannah, who has 7 in tonight's ball game. Tell you what, these are two coaches that were pretty darn good basketball players in their day as well. A couple of good free throws there by Hannah. Talk about Roger Powell, almost 1,200 points in his career at Illinois. And Brian Wardle, almost 1,700 at Marquette.
It's pretty good numbers.
Not bad at all. Right. Against Dean. Takes him in, high off the glass and in.
And again, how about the physicality from the freshman, right? No, I mean, all right. Just he's been a slow starter sometimes. Does a lot of his scoring in the second half, but off to a pretty good start so far here tonight.
Yeah, he scored most of his points in the last 28 minutes of their game against Southern. That shot will not fall for Montgomery from three-point territory. Braves struggling from behind the arc so far tonight. And a shot, circus shot, goes up off the glass and down, and a foul. A chance at an and one for All Right.
Just continuing the scoring prowess we've seen in recent weeks from All Right. The last time these two played, he really struggled. He only had 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Fouled out in 20 minutes, but All Right getting downhill, being aggressive, drawing contact, getting himself to the free throw line. Number 3 off to a good start, 5 points.
And missed on the free throw. We have a foul on the rebound. That's going to go on Sepp. That'll be number 2 on Sepp.
And Coach Roger Powell, as Sepp goes to the bench, just telling him, got to be a little smarter than that. Kaspar Sepp definitely made an impact coming in off the bench early in this one. His ability to rebound on both ends, but now with 10 minutes to go, maybe relegated to the bench for the rest of this first half.
Valpo with a 1-point lead. Now Johnson all the way in. Layup's good and a foul. Well, I'm thinking he's saying, I'm seeing one freshman do this on the other end. I'm going to try it myself.
And I don't know how in the heck he made that thing up off the glass, going hard to his left hand, right-handed guy, drawing the contact from Shaw. And look at that, able to draw the contact, kind of bringing it back a little bit over his head with his right hand. That just supreme playmaking and finishing from Jaquan Johnson.
Yeah, just like at the other end of this free throw. 1-point lead for Bradley. Now Shaw gets back to right. And Johnson saves it inbounds, but right to a Valpo player, and it's Schmidt underneath for the bucket.
A fortunate break that time for Valpo. Good defense, good initial defense by Jaquan Johnson, showing off his strength, freshman on freshman.
Back and forth we go. And Montgomery using glass. And Bradley back up by 1.
Now, how about our pace so far, Andy? Both these teams going at each other. Not a lot of false motion on the offensive side. Looking to attack any open opportunity.
Schwieger leaning in. Goes to the hook shot, rimmed in and out. And the ball slapped out of bounds. Last touch by Valpo.
Yeah, that looks like De La Cruz Monegro. I'm not sure he touched that basketball, so a fortunate call for Bradley to be able to get possession there. Maybe the official opted not to call a foul, but take a look at after the defense by Jaquan Johnson trying to save it. Tyler Schmidt, hands up, ready to catch that one and finish. Bit of a freshman mistake there from Jaquan Johnson, saving it under his own basket. Great pass.
Nice pass with a two-hand flush. And Darius Hannah is into double figures with 10.
And sometimes that's why you take maybe a freshman air here or there, right? Just the aggressiveness, that an elite pass from Jaquan Johnson, getting Darius Hannah up to double figures.
That was threading the needle. Schwieger lost it out of bounds. And they're saying it went off of Hannah. The initial call was Bradley basketball, but it'll stay with Valpo.
And I think a minute ago we talked about how maybe for De La Cruz Monegro they called it off him instead of a foul. I think the same thing happened this time. Rather than calling contact on Darius Hannah, giving the ball to Allright. Some people don't like that, Andy. I don't know what your thoughts are officiating. I like that. Let the guys play. Let the right thing happen, even though maybe it's not quite by the book. I think flow of the game, that's the right call.
I mean, touch fouls just make everybody crazy.
Yeah.
And a loose ball captured in the backcourt. Now the Braves another chance on offense here as we approach 8 minutes to play in the half. Montgomery left that short, but Johnson comes in there to get the rebound. Back up and in. Missed the shot. And Atlason is on the turf. And they're going to call it a travel. All right. So they say that it's a turnover. And Valpo will have it when we come back. 3-point lead for Bradley.
This year is the 25th anniversary of Bob Lindsay Honda being the home for Honda in Central Illinois.
25 years of local family ownership.
25 years of supporting a wide variety of local organizations and charities.
25 years of providing the best in customer service and selection for Central Illinois.
For 25 years, your new Honda has been here at Bob Lindsay Honda.
See it all at BobLindsayHonda.com. Where it's more than a car.
It's a Honda.
When you want to plan or predict or know right now, you'll want the local app that does everything. The 25 News app. Live breaking news.
Crews will be on the scene for at least 3 more hours.
Real-time forecasts.
Some more rain showers and even some snow showers.
Custom alerts for the stories that impact you. It's fast, free, and easy to use. The 25 News app, where the news and weather you need come to you all in one app. From 25 News, your home team.
There are so many places to get a glimpse of right now, from feeds to scroll and apps to click. You want to be the first to know, to never miss a thing. And you want to hear it from people you trust. That's why more people like you depend on 25 News. So you're in the know whenever you click, scroll, and stream, taking you to what's happening now and what's next. Delivering local news to you on every platform, on air, online, on the app, and wherever you stream. We're 25 News, your home team. Thank you for making 25 News the most trusted and most watched news station in Central Illinois. More of you depend on 25 News in the morning, throughout the day, and into the evening. From breaking news to alerting you of the next big thing, we are proud to be your first choice for local news. And now 25 News is leading the way again, bringing you the most streaming newscast options in Central Illinois, including our streaming-only 9 p.m. newscast. That's our commitment to bringing you more local news. We're 25 News, your home team.
10 points already, had 21 the last time these two met. We've also seen him a couple game winners, Andy, here in the last couple weeks, doing his work on the post, going strong, getting at that left hand. What we know about Darius Hannah, quick bunnies off the floor, able to flush that one down. 10 points, 3 rebounds early for the Braves.
First man to double figures for either team here tonight. And that's a pretty nice little percentage from the field, 4 out of 4. And a 3-point lead for his ball club, the Bradley Braves. Hannah's been around for a while, the senior from Milwaukee. He has 1,000 points scored earlier this year against Belmont. And he has now set the all-time record for games played in a Bradley uniform. Well, he passed Gene Melchiori in February, earlier in February, in his 141st game. Wow.
That is impressive. 5 years, of course, in Peoria, and Darius Hannah has just continued to get better year after year. Had a great year last year, and now feeling that sense of urgency as a senior.
Oh, yeah. 8 to shoot. Right, in rhythm. 3 is good.
Oh boy, just playing with so much confidence, isn't he, Andy? I mean, there is no hesitation from all right.
You saw him shooting before the game today. It's nice and calm, cool, and collected.
There's the first guy out on the floor getting shots up. For all the young players out there, you wonder how All Right gets the reps to be able to knock down those in the game. He was out about 2 hours before getting a lot of shots up.
Corner three is short. Rather scuffling from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's exactly where Christian Davis wants it. Really good in the corners.
0 of 6 for the Braves from behind the arc and inside to Schwieger for the easy one.
And one of the things Cooper Schwieger, his elite skills, his ability to run the floor, just relentless, getting up and down, trying to get those early post touches.
Now Hannah on the mismatch. Left-handed short. And now All Right back the other way here for Valparaiso. He'll pull up for three. And Davis there to clean it up. Now Zeke Montgomery eventually finds his way back to Hannah. Shake and bake. Offensive foul. Hannah picks up his first.
One of the things with Darius Hannah, the scouting report is make him go to his right. And part of the reason for that, not quite as slippery, you see, with the ball in his right hand, going hard into that shoulder. Knows he has a size advantage. Good defense by De La Cruz Monegro, anticipating that, forcing Darius Hannah to his right hand and then drawing the charge.
Valpo up 2. 5:50 to play first half. Now Schmidt. Picked up by Birch. And Devon Ellis into the game for the first time. Left that layup short.
Devon Ellis, a guy that can score it. Averaged over 11 a game in Maryland Eastern Shore last year. Still looking for his footing in this lineup, but a guy that can give a little extra pop off the bench for Valpo.
And if you're wondering why Duke Dean's not in there, he picked up his second foul a few moments ago. And is on the bench. Birch from the baseline. Much needed shot there for the Braves. Gets a tie to 22.
So nice for Brian Wardle to have that type of scoring pop between Jaquan Johnson and Birch off the bench.
And Wright just ran into a brick wall right there. And the alley-oop is good. Zeke Montgomery hammers it down, and the Braves have taken a 2-point lead.
And you see, especially with this young lineup on the floor, Jaquan Johnson, Birch, and Montgomery can really get out and run in transition. Great execution for the Braves.
Now Schwieger inside. Following, no, and Jonovich grabs the rebound. Good tough defense inside. Adleson. Now Johnson, cross court. Montgomery spots up for three. First one of the night for the Braves. And that'll force a timeout for Roger Powell.
And how about the spurt for Bradley? Defense converting into offense and quick decisions. The freshman getting it up the floor, over to Birch, up top to Zeke Montgomery. Just absolute textbook execution for Bradley, up to a 4-point lead here in Valpo.
Credit Union One offers everything you need to get the most out of your accounts every day. With digital banking, you can pay bills online, set up personalized budgeting tools, easily transfer money between accounts, and more. Plus, you can get paid up to 2 days sooner when you set up direct deposit. Get started at cu1.com.
When change and uncertainty define the times, it's good to anchor to your roots, to honor and nurture them, to remember how it all started, and let that help build the future. Because we know a strong future is built on a solid past, and that past promises mean future follow-through. You can trust us to protect what you grow, build, own, and value. Trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual.
It begins here as the Missouri Valley Conference conducts its 35th Men's Basketball Championship in downtown St. Louis. Stay with your team at its assigned hotel and experience Arch Madness at Enterprise Center as 12 Valley schools look to capture the league's automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. conveniently located near attractions like the Gateway Arch, City Museum, and Ballpark Village, side of the MVC Fan Hangout. Team properties plus the Arch Madness Tournament headquarters at Union Station offer Valley rates to fans wishing to follow their schools all the way to the MVC Championship crown. Start planning your Arch Madness experience or your next trip to St. Louis by calling 1-800-916-0041 or visiting ExploreSt.Louis.com.
Credit Union One Free Checking has everything you need to bank on the go. Make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunion1.org.
Valley fans, while you're in town for Arch Madness, come visit the home of the St. Louis Cardinals. Busch Stadium Tours and the Cardinals Hall of Fame are just a few short blocks away from the Enterprise Center. Use promo code MVC25 for a special Valley discount off those tours and museum visits all weekend long. To get your tickets, visit cardinals.com/tours. A bit of housekeeping. That shot by Montgomery ruled a 2 out of 3. So the Braves are still 0 for 6. From behind the arc.
And how about, as you mentioned, with Duke Dean on the bench with 2 fouls, a nice spurt with the bench guards in. Birch and Johnson able to push the pace, get up the floor. Defensive intensity picked up in that last 4-minute set stretch for the Braves as well.
A little bit of a 6-0 run in the last minute for Bradley. You see the scoring drop there for Valpo after about 2.5 minutes. And he's right there with Shaw burying a 3.
And with Kaspar Sepp on the bench with his 2 fouls, Isaiah Shaw in for his offense. Ability to knock down threes with regularity. Just a smooth stroke at 6'7".
Now Birch left that one short. Diavero. Bring it back up. That'll leave. Schwieger. And just like that, the run has been answered.
You mentioned it, Andy, a minute ago. Bradley, no threes in this game. The top 3-point percentage team in the country right now sitting at 0 for 6. That's the 4th 3-point knockdown of this first half for Valpo.
Now Montgomery. Offensive foul. First on him.
That's already the 3rd offensive foul in the first half. We saw Jonovic with 1, Darius Hannah with 1, and now Zeke Montgomery extending that off arm. He's not very happy with a little bit of a sell job maybe there and tripping over legs, but it doesn't change the result. 6 turnovers now for Bradley.
Schwieger. See, Valpo answers the 6-0 run with one of their own. Shaw going all the way in. Out of contact and a whistle late. And they're going to get Corey Thomas for the foul, his first.
And when you're a dangerous 3-point shooter like Isaiah Shaw is, that's where that little up fake and a little bit of patience goes a long way. Showing off his ability to get all the way to the rim.
And a miss. Stay tuned for our halftime report, a presentation of State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Shaw's got shooting in his blood. He is the nephew of Bryce and Scott Drew, the grandson of the great Homer Drew, and his mom, Dana Drew, pretty good ball player of her own.
Yeah, no surprise to see that smooth stroke from Isaiah Shaw.
Just before that, you saw Duke Dean on the bench not being able to contribute with those 2 fouls. Shot clock now to 4. Hannah going all the way, and Hannah stripped away. It's going to be out of bounds to Bradley with 2 on the clock.
This is one of the situations as Duke Dean coming back in this ball game for the final 2:30. So a lot of trust for the senior from Coach Brian Wardle. This is one of the situations. 2 on the shot clock. You see coaches work on in shoot-arounds. We'll see what Brian Wardle calls up here.
Davis to Hannah. Pulls the trigger, and and they'll say it's a shot clock violation.
It looked like Darius Hannah had a slip to the rim that time after the switch. Maybe he had a size advantage if he'd have went all the way to the rim. Opted instead Look for that three-point opportunity. Good defensive stand there for the Beacons.
Now Diavero had it stolen away by Dean. Does not have the numbers. Now finds the trailer. Nice little bounce pass. And a layup is good by Davis.
And again, just great fast break execution for Bradley. So good going one end to the other to draw this back to a one-point game.
Shaw on a heat check there. Left that one short. Now Davis back the other way. Dean trying to get the corner. Not happy with the hand contact. A little slap away right there. Thomas, cross court. Montgomery with a little Euro step. Had it blocked by Schwieger. Now Schmidt. Diavero will bring it back up.
Schwieger second in the league in blocks. You saw why there. Does a great job avoiding the body contact. Has those long arms. Second in rebounding, second in blocks. Averaging 15 a game.
Tried to spin that one in traffic and missed. Approaching a minute to go here in the half number one. It's been a half full of runs. One team will jump out, another team will answer, and an offensive foul away from the ball. It's going to go on Corey Thomas. It'll be his second.
Now that's the seventh turnover now for Bradley, and already the fourth player control foul. One screen, 3 charges here in this first half. 19 fouls on Bradley. So next foul will put Valpo in the double bonus.
Clock winding. Will hit a minute left to go in this first. Valpo the 1-point lead and the ball. All right with it. Shaw trying to get the corner.
Great help.
Diavero will launch with 7 to shoot and bank it no. And Dean there for the rebound. About a 10-second difference between the shot and the game clock. 34 on the big clock.
And Brian Wardle has a use it or lose it timeout. Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to let that one go, especially with the 10-second difference. But calling that use it or lose it timeout just to get a set for his team here to close this first half.
Yeah, it looked a little disorganized.
Yes.
And of course, that final shot, or at least the attempt at a shot here with the shot clock still at 20. Really important, especially in this tight game, 29-28, and it's gone back and forth.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, Andy. I mean, it's kind of been a game of runs, just these little 6-8-point runs both ways. And, you know, we talked about the double overtime game last time out for these two. And Bradley, with about 8 minutes to go, had a 7-point lead. But part of what we've seen for Coach Roger Powell and his group, even when they're down, continue to fight back.
We mentioned that we're here at Valpo, and we're playing on that guy to the left. We're playing on his court.
Yes.
That's Homer Drew, who only had 371 wins here at Valpo in 22 seasons, broken up by a year. And he's seen both his sons, Scott and Bryce, coach here.
And one of the most commonly referenced plays, the Valpo play, drawn up by Homer Drew, executed by Bryce Drew. Here in broadcasts across the country, NBA, college, high school.
Final seconds of the half. Montgomery backs it out behind the arc. 3-ball, no, and that's how the first half will come to an end. Shockingly, the Bradley Braves, the #1 3-point shooting team in the country, 0 for 7 here in this first half, and Valpo's taking advantage and leads it by 1 here at the break.
Yeah, credit the Valpo defense, stifling this Bradley offense, doing a better job getting out in transition. We got a tight one. This one's fun here, Andy.
Well, senior night here at Valpo, and the Beacons trying to send their seniors off with a home win. Bradley's got other ideas, trying to keep pace at the top of the Missouri Valley. Halftime, 29-28 Valpo.
When you need surgery, trust the experts at OSF Healthcare. We provide life-saving operations not found anywhere else in the region, including heart transplants and surgeries for trauma, the brain, and spine. The most complex surgeries, only at OSF.
It's your morning routine. Alarm, wake up, and look at your phone. And now you can wake up and watch too. Just click on Watch Live on the 25 News app, and you can start streaming your favorite morning newscast right then, right away. Live breaking news, your hour-by-hour forecast, and all the top stories of the day. Watching your local news in the morning has never been so easy. Wake up and watch every morning wherever you're at with 25 News Today, your home team. Breaking news doesn't start here. It starts here. Sending you breaking news alerts with the 25 News app, updating you on all our digital platforms. We don't wait until the top of the hour to bring you the story. We bring it to you now as it's happening. Getting your local news has never been more important. That's why we're constantly connecting you to what's happening right here, right now. When you need to know, trust 25 News, your home team.
Imagine working a full-time job for weeks, only to learn your paycheck could be on hold. I'm Julie Rodriguez with 25 News, and I talked to former employees who say they have not been paid after working at a now-closed bakery in Pekin.
So now I'm probably a week in when I started hearing, that we might not be getting paid.
I even spoke to the owner herself on why those paychecks have not been sent. It's a 25 News Digging Deeper special report, Thursday at 6 p.m. on 25 News.
Whether you have an earache or a medical emergency, you want the best healthcare professionals at your side. And that's exactly who you'll find at OSF Healthcare, the region's top doctors and nurses, only at OSF.
State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Credit Union One, the official deposit partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Explore St. Louis. Start planning your visit now at exploreStLouis.com. Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters. Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Contact an agent near you for all your home, farm, auto, or business insurance needs.
Welcome to our halftime report, a presentation of State Farm, a proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. It's time for tonight's player profile, made possible by Arch Madness 2025. MVC correspondent Dave Snell takes a look at Bradley fifth-year guard Duke Dean.
If you ask a longtime Bradley fan to name the top 15 point guards in Bradley history, two of those you'll hear are now Coach Darrell Brown Jr. and the 5'8" package of dynamite from Shreveport, Louisiana, Duke Dean. On any given night, his game is as hot as a Cajun jambalaya dish, with 75-foot makes, threes that win games, or sometimes just making a move for a short shot winner. A winner on and off the court, Duke has $1 million smile that goes with a tremendous personality, a leader, and a game that Bradley fans will never forget.
You go in the courtroom, those fans light up. You hit a three, get a steal, a dunk. The energy is amazing. This is a competitive town. It's a basketball town, so don't come in here thinking it's just going to be easy, because you got to work for it. When you're not working for it, they're going to let you know too, though. So they keep you humble, and they keep you even keel.
It means a lot to have Duke Dean as a teammate. Great guy, brings a lot of energy, wonderful person, goofy, a leader, great father, honestly all of the above, one of the best brothers you can ask for and one of the best teammates you can have, honestly, on the court with you.
Oh, he's one of the best leaders I've ever had. Extremely consistent. Every day you know what you're getting with Duke. And that's the greatest gift you can give your teammates, your coaches, anybody, is consistency. And your routine, your work ethic, your passion, your energy, your talk. And I think he's one of the most consistent players I've ever coached, too. And, a lot of people have talent, but they don't have those winning intangibles.
I'm going to be here back and forth a lot, even after I leave. I know that. This feels like my second home, but I do want to be remembered as a winner and a guy that's always had a smile on his face.
For the Missouri Valley Conference, this is Dave Snell.
Tonight's profile is made possible by 2025 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament. Help the conference celebrate its 35th championship in St. Louis on March 6th through the 9th. For more information, visit archmadness.com. Stay with us. More of our halftime activities coming up from the Arc in Valparaiso, Indiana.
This
This is ludicrous.
Ludicrous. All right, who called for ludicrous?
Sorry,
we went, this is ludicrous.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't tell ludicrous what's ludicrous. Ludicrous tells you what's ludicrous.
Okay.
Oh, that is ludicrous. You don't need me for this. Hang on. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good thing you have State Farm. Just file a claim on the app or call us.
Guess I can go.
Don't you mean roll out?
No, I don't.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Arch Madness tips off March 6th through the 9th in St. Louis, and the MVC Fan Hangout at Ballpark Village is back. The MVC Fan Hangout is the place to celebrate before and after all games at Enterprise Center. Featuring restaurants, entertainment, and everything Arch Madness, the fun starts 2 hours before the first game each day of the tournament at host locations Valley Sports Live and Sports and Social. For more information, visit archmadness.com and click on Fan Hangout. We'll see you there.
All I know is just live right now. Go ahead and tell your friends. Just as long as it feels like summer. I'ma come through for the vibe. Yeah, I'm down to slide. As long as it feels like summer. I'm trying to go. Chase the sun with you. So hit me with the light. We'll be alright. It feels like summer. Long as it feels like summer.
When you're in Valparaiso, Indiana for the big game or on business, stay at the preferred hotel of the Missouri Valley Conference, the Country Inn & Suites by Radisson. The Country Inn & Suites features relaxing guest rooms, an indoor pool, workout facilities, and free high-speed wireless. Located adjacent to the Valpo campus, the Country Inn & Suites is the first place to stay when your favorite Valley school is in town. The preferred hotel of the Missouri Valley Conference, the Country Inn & Suites by Radisson Valparaiso.
Welcome back to our halftime report, a presentation of State Farm, a proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Earlier tonight, UIC and Northern Iowa did battle. Let's send things out for a recap to Brad Wells and Kevin Lehman.
The UNI Panthers get the win over UIC 74-52 as the UNI Panthers get their 20th win of the season and improve to 14-5 in Valley play. He's the coach, Kevin Lehman. I am Brad Wells. And Coach, slow start for UIC was enough for the UNI Panthers to really lean on their seniors in this one as Jacob Hudson ties his career high and has 26 points in his final home game.
I thought it was a really good bounce back for Northern Iowa for that really tough loss against Drake in overtime, and it was Jacob Hudson's day. 26 points. He put the defender in the blender here inside as they scored inside, and now the big man's going to step outside and knock some threes in. 4 triples for Hudson, as that's going to really rethink your defense. And he also dropped a number of assists, and then his partner in crime, Titan Anderson, also going to work in the paint, as Northern Iowa had 22 points in the paint just in the first half alone. Great interior passing by Northern Iowa, and Anderson always electric around the rim.
14 points, 8 rebounds for Titan Anderson. UNI gets the win. Their 20th of the season, now 14-5 in Valley play. Bradley needs the win now to stay even with the UNI Panthers.
All right, guys, thanks very much. When the MVC TV network crew travels to campus, it considers these properties home. By traveling to league cities for MVC regular season or postseason competition, or with youth sports teams, please call or visit the websites of these properties when making plans to follow your favorite team away from home. We'll get a look at the first half stats and highlights coming your way next.
Brachytherapy is a highly precise form of cancer radiation treatment that only targets the cancer cells and can be done in one visit. OSF Cancer Institute offers one of the nation's top programs and serves patients from throughout the region. Brachytherapy, only at OSF.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 on WEEK 25. In central Illinois, there are a few winter essentials. And one you can't go without. The 25 News First Alert Weather app. The earliest alerts, customized for you. And video forecasts from local meteorologists.
It is cold out there, feeling like winter.
It's the must-have accessory to get you ready for the elements. Download the free 25 News First Alert Weather app. Your essential winter survival tool.
When joint pain comes for your knees and hips, trust the surgeons at OSF Healthcare. From repairs to total replacements, we handle the toughest cases, the most complex knee and hip replacements, only at OSF.
Welcome back to our halftime report, a presentation of State Farm, a proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Now we take a look at our first half recap, production of Explorer St. Louis. Let's get to the highlights.
Yeah, for the first half, Bradley did a good job getting out in transition and scoring points in the paint. What was a lot of Darius Hannah over that left shoulder. You see the cheeky move there. 10 points, 4 assists. Really active to start this game. And watch this find by Jaquan Johnson. Great pass and a finish by Darius Hannah. And if you look at the other side, honestly, kind of a quiet first half for Schwieger. Ended up with 10 points, though. Knocked down a couple threes. Did some of his damage on the interior. But how about this for the second leading rebounder in the conference? 0 rebounds. You see his 1 block there for the second leading shot blocker in the conference, Schwieger.
The Valley is making its way to St. Louis for Arch Madness 2025, March 6th through the 9th. So start your planning now at ExploreSt.Louis.com. Time now for our stats. And our first half stats, production of St. Louis Union Station. The home of attractions like the St. Louis Aquarium and the St. Louis Wheel. You can do it all at St. Louis Union Station. See where it takes you by visiting STLouisUnionStation.com and do it right now.
And the 3 things that really stand out. 0 for 7 from 3 for Bradley. 5 of 13. Good job knocking down threes for the Beacons in that first half. +7 rebounding for Bradley. Remember, they were -7 to Valpo in the first outing, but the paint points really the key for the Braves. 20-12 concerted effort going inside.
All right, we got a close one here at the Arc. We'll come back and get the second half ready for you in just a moment. 29-28. Valpo on the 1-point lead on Bradley here in Valpo.
When change and uncertainty define the times, it's good to anchor to your roots, to honor and nurture them, to remember how it all started, and let that help build the future. Because we know a strong future is built on a solid past, and that past promises mean future follow-through. You can trust us to protect what you grow, build, own, and value. Trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual.
New city, new venue, same excitement. The postseason starts here. The 2025 Credit Union 1 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Tournament, presented by Grinnell Mutual Insurance and Great Southern Bank, moves to Ford Center in Evansville, Indiana, March 13th through the 16th. Experience fast breaks, clutch shooting, and the crowning of a champion. Plan your trip to Evansville and get your tickets at MVCWomen'sHoops.com.
Visit Evansville, Indiana, where E is for everyone. Ideal for a weekend getaway, family reunion, group tour, concert or sporting event, small business meeting, or a large convention. Evansville has a fun, friendly environment with all the amenities of a big city. Exciting events, festivals, and attractions all year long. A thriving downtown with new hotels, nightlife, fabulous restaurants, and entertainment. We're conveniently located in the heart of the Midwest with all the charm you could ever hope for. Yes, Hoosier hospitality is alive and well. Come visit Evansville and you will see E is for everyone.
The Valley runs deep. We have all Americans. We have champions.
We have Olympians.
We have legends.
And the Valley just got deeper.
The MVC TV network is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Credit Union 1, the official deposit partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Explore St. Louis. Start planning your visit now at ExploreStLouis.com. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Contact an agent near you for all your home, farm, auto, or business insurance needs.
We got a close one here at the Arc. 29-28. Valpo leads Bradley as we get ready to start the second half. Crazy the fact that Bradley does not have a made three in this game. They lead the country in that stat.
And Duke Dean saddled out of that first half with those 2 fouls. Back on the floor. We'll see if he can get hot from the three-point line, get his Braves going here in the second.
And by the way, Drake, last second win against Evansville. Drake is the outright regular season champions of the Missouri Valley Conference. So congratulations to Ben McCollum and crew.
How about Ben McCollum in his first year in Des Moines? So impressive what he's been able to do. And I saw something. It's like 11 straight years that Ben McCollum and his teams previously at Northwest Missouri State have either been first in the league outright or tied for first in the league standings. Super impressive to Ben McCollum.
Valpo with it. Cruz Monegro. Bumped off the spot by Montgomery. Set back in. He had some foul trouble in that first half. Had to sit. And he goes inside, and the shot partially blocked by Hanna on the way to the rim. Nice no look, but unable to handle it was Hanna. Dean with that half-court bounce pass.
Yeah, that was a heck of a find from Duke Dean. I think Darius Hanna was even a little bit surprised as it popped right up into his breadbasket.
3 from the corner and right. Buries it to get the second half underway. He's got 11 now.
And Andy, you just feel like he's going to be aggressive, and he's not going to miss. Like as soon as the ball leaves his hand, all right, just with so much confidence.
Dean, a quick answer. By the way, the first points of the night for Duke Dean.
Yeah, how about that? Played 9.5 minutes in that first half.
High archer over the outstretched mitts of Jonovich. Bradley corralling the rebound.
Now this Bradley offense just so different with Duke Dean. His threat as a guy to shoot threes, especially off the dribble, forcing defensive rotations. Such a good passer as well.
What a job there by Sepp underneath. Took it away from Jonovich.
Sepp had a really good spurt in the first half. Couple offensive rebounds before he picked up that second foul.
That one way off the mark. Back come the Braves. Down 2 with the ball. Montgomery forcing the issue. The floater goes.
Boy, when Zeke Montgomery is physical, especially in transition with that size, really hard to stay in front of, using that strong body. Get to the rim.
Foul coming up. Someone got held. And Jonovich is going to pick up his third. And Atlason will come in to get him. Set right now with 5 rebounds.
A bit of a frustrating night for Jonovich. 2 first half fouls, now picking up his third early. You mentioned, Andy, last year these two teams played 15 points in 15 minutes. He's had trouble getting himself on track here in this one.
Right, wanted to pull the trigger. Good job by Montgomery to close. Shot clock to 9. Schmidt somehow gets that one to drop. And a 34-32 lead for Valpo.
And just the second bucket for Tyler Schmidt as well.
D drawing the double team. Finds Allison. Nice pass underneath, and Hanna lays it in.
Just great timing by the Bradley offense. You get that high post cut away from the screen and roll to do just that. Make that high-low pass.
Wright gets his own rebound. Probably questions the first shot. Out the second, it goes down.
Hard to question a lot of decisions all Wright has made in about the last 3 weeks. Just been absolutely phenomenal, his growth as a freshman.
Dean with it, 15 to shoot. Bradley will run a little offense here as the shot clock goes to 10. Montgomery, stutter step. Is blocked by Schwieger. He was not fighting on the head fake.
That's just great discipline by Cooper Schwieger, staying on the floor, as you mentioned, Andy, not falling for that pump fake.
1.8 blocks a game. He's got 2 tonight. Wright, shot missed, and a late whistle on Davis. Second on Davis, second on the team here in the half.
Boy, all right, just putting constant pressure on defenses. Every time he gets a catch, looking to see if he can find an opportunity to draw contact, get all the way to the rim, or knock it down.
Arch Madness 2025 tips off March 6th through the 9th, and the only place to celebrate before and after all the action at Enterprise Center is the NBC Fan Hangout at Ballpark Village. For all you need to know about the Fan Hangout, download the Arch Madness app presented by Great Southern Bank. You can do it right this moment. It's all right. Sets up for his second free throw. Out of 2. Now Dean will bring it back. Braves down 3 with the ball. Donovich on the floor with 3 fouls. Now Dean free for a 3. He got it. And that breaks the seal for Bradley on the three-point lid. 1 of 9.
And that is what Duke Dean does better than anyone else I've seen, coming hard off those high pick and rolls and just able to square his feet and knock it down. Is how about Diavero, the senior for Valpo, able to do the exact same thing on the other side. But Duke Dean is so good coming off those screens with the quick stop and pop.
He's the bailout, finds Birch. Now Jaquan Johnson. Back to Dean with 10 to shoot. Dean will pull up. 3-ball goes. Back-to-back threes for Duke Dean.
What did we just say he's really good at, Andy? I mean, that is what he does well. He uses great pace, put the defender on their heels, and rises up quickly.
And we're tied again. A miss at the rim. And it falls to Bradley. Duke Dean back the other way. Now Johnson all the way to the rim. Fall away. Good. Foul also. Fans not happy with what they considered a no call earlier. And then Johnson able to get that one to go.
And Jaquan Johnson, we saw it in the first half. The freshman is going to draw contact when he gets to the rim. Nice rip through and finish to get Bradley their first lead in the second half.
It all starts here in the woods of Illinois. Walnut, hickory, oak, individually selected and harvested for your home. Each tree, each log, milled to perfection, with the same attention to detail for 2 generations. It's not just wood, it's Corsaw hardwood lumber. Grown in Illinois, made in Illinois. Corsaw hardwood lumber, just west of Canton, on Route 9.
The Valley runs deep. And this season, the hardwood action from the Missouri Valley Conference is right here. We're bringing you men's and women's basketball, plus the iconic tournament Arch Madness, free and over the air. Don't miss the excitement of Missouri Valley Conference basketball all season long.
No subscription needed. Free over-the-air Missouri Valley Conference games on channel 19.4 and 25.3. Check local listings.
When life is on the line, OSF is specially trained in the care of critical injury or illness. We have more expertise, more specialties, and serve more patients than any other intensive care unit in downstate Illinois. The most intensive care expertise, only at OSF.
It's the beginning, we just got started. 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 It's the beginning, we just got started.
It's the best in Central Illinois high school sports, and the only show that delivers every time.
It's the beginning.
Next stop, Prep Rally.
Jim Matson's Prep Rally, Thursdays on 25 Sports, presented by Carl McLean County Orthopedics.
It's the beginning, we just got started.
It's time to nominate your favorite teacher for the SEFCU One Class at a Time $1,000 grant, providing money for needed supplies and technology in today's classrooms. Go to 25newsnow.com to make your nomination.
To the game is Valparaiso's Leah Ernest, graduate guard forward from Stevens Point, Wisconsin. She averages 17.3 points per game, 7.6 rebounds, 2.5 assists for the Beacons. 2024 third-team MVC Scholar Athlete selection. Ernest has a 3.71 GPA in exercise science. Earned 2024 second-team All-MVC honors as well. Congratulations to Leah. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And there she
cool things this Valpo program does, putting the seniors up in the rafters for multiple sports.
Good to see. 42-40, Bradley the lead. Just how tight has this game been? Well, there have been 10 lead changes. It's been tied 7 times. And each team has had the lead for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, pretty even both ways, and both teams doing it a little bit differently. Bradley dominating points in the paint, 26-16. And Valpo, even though they've gotten to the line more, only 3 of 7. So the 13th team in free throw percentage in the NCAA, 79% on the year, only 3 of 7 from the charity stripe as Jaquan Johnson knocks that one down for the Braves.
And Brian Wardle saying, well, we're 2 of 10 from behind the arc, and we're shooting #1 in the country in that chat. So it's all evening out, so to speak.
Yes, it is.
There you see the numbers on the free throws and a block out of bounds by Birch. Jonovich playing with those 3 fouls. Has not done much offensively, but the big body out there is certainly something the Braves need. Against Cooper Schwieger and the rest. And a steal. Dean. Head on a swivel.
Yeah, it looks like a shot clock there. Shot clock did not reset.
Good notice there by the official. So I'll say 4 seconds came off.
And notice what they did too, Andy, is waited until kind of Bradley got set. Not on that initial attack. Waited until the ball was kind of reversed to be able to make that call. Good work by the officials.
And Allison will get it back to Dean.
And Dean been hot. A couple of threes the last few possessions. This is the floppy action that Bradley runs, trying to get him an open look.
And they got him the open look. And he hits. Duke Dean. He's got 11.
That's one of the things you see Coach Brian Wardle, one of Duke Dean's favorite plays, running off that double screen off the dribble handoff. Get his feet set and knock it down. A lot of confidence here in the second half for 21 in red.
6-point advantage for the Braves. Diavero finds Seth. Now Schmidt fires and hits from 3. That's 7 for Schmidt.
That's one of the things Tyler Schmidt can do. 2,500 points total in his college career. Of course, his first year here with Valpo, able to knock down threes with regularity.
Now Johnson, Jaquan Johnson, into the corner. Atlason fires and hits a 3. All of a sudden, it's raining 3 for the Braves.
You know, talked about the ties, lead changes. This game just going back and forth. Shot making for both these groups.
0 of 8 to start. 4 of their last 4 from behind the arc. That one off the heel. And Jaquan Johnson high to get the rebound. Speeds all the way ahead, coast to coast. Shot blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Braves. And we get a wholesale substitution.
Boy, Andy, how quick was Jaquan Johnson grabbing that rebound and just going end to end, putting pressure on the defense.
He did it in 4 seconds. 26 on the shot clock. There's just like a red streak.
Yeah. And no fear going through a gaggle of Beacons.
Now to Hannah. Played by Schmidt. Nice spin there using glass, no, but a foul.
And we talked about this in the first half. Where does Darius Hannah want to go? He wants to come back to that left hand. Nice job setting it up, drawing the foul on Schmidt.
6 points equals the largest lead for the Braves tonight. And Duke Dean starting to heat up. Ryan Wardle hoping this guy at the free throw line will do the same. And the first free throw, no, hung on that rim and fell off.
You know, we'll see if Bradley comes out in a little bit of pressure off this made free throw. Something Ryan Wardle does pretty often just to kind of control pace and tempo.
Hannah splits the difference. 13 for Hannah to lead the scoring for Bradley. Now the largest lead at 7. Shaw. is tripped. And a foul call from the backside official on Johnson.
I was wondering if we'd see a possession of Allright trying to get downhill with these with the little run that Bradley's been on. We'll take a look at and Allright. That could have been a little bit of a chicken wing there from the back official. Probably didn't see the arm wrapped around Jaquan Johnson. Tough call on 22.
I'm getting hungry. Thanks for mentioning chicken wings. Shot up, no. Rebound battled and taken down there by the Braves. Here comes Dean on the push. He'll spot up from 3. He'll hit again. Duke Dean. Got the radar locked in on the 3-point line. 10-point Bradley lead now.
And after being scoreless in the first half, Duke Dean coming out with a vengeance here in the second. His 4th 3 in the second half, Andy, just absolutely sizzling.
So Allison will come in as Jaquan Johnson will check out. A lot of Bradley fans sitting behind the Bradley bench off to our left.
And just like that, it's like a snap of your finger with this Bradley offense, especially their ability to knock down shots from deep to build a 10-point lead. Not a lot of margin for error.
And a steal. Dean picks off the pass. Way downtown, 3 is good. Duke Dean from the logo. And a timeout by Valpo. Wow.
I mean, how about that run for Duke Dean? 0 points at halftime. 0 points at halftime. And now Duke Dean coming out. Doesn't matter if it's off a screen or roll or from the logo in transition. 5 threes in the second half for Dean.
Are you joking? You're joking. Tell me you're joking.
It's a little early for jokes, but here goes. This muffin goes on vacation. What's happening? You said joking 3 times. That's why I'm here. Anyway, this muffin.
Well, I was just excited about my new car.
New car? Oh, you don't need a joke. You need a Jake. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent can help you choose the coverage you need.
All right, I got a show, so. You forgot your toothbrush, Jimmy Fallon.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The postseason starts here as the Missouri Valley Conference conducts its women's basketball tournament at Ford Center in downtown Evansville, Indiana for the first time. Stay with your team at the assigned hotel and experience the excitement of postseason championship basketball as 12 Valley schools look to capture the league's automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. These properties offer Valley rates to fans wishing to follow their schools all the way to the NBC tournament crown. Start making your Credit Union One NBC women's basketball tournament plans in Evansville now by calling 1-800-433-3025 or visiting exploreevansville.com.
You bring joy. You give smiles. You create memories. You are someone's favorite person, and your health matters. 4 out of 10 adults will develop cancer in their lifetime, but screening tests can catch cancer early and help save lives. For the lives you touch, to learn which cancer screenings are right for you and to schedule an appointment, visit GetScreenedNow.com or call 314-208-2737.
You know, Andy, we were sitting here at halftime, a 1-point Valpo lead. This Bradley offense hadn't made a 3. How quickly things have changed. Now a 13-point Bradley margin. Why? How about a 19-3 run in the last 3.5 minutes? Because of this guy, Duke Dean, has made 5 threes in the second half, culminating with the one you just saw. Chef's kiss, Duke Dean, 5 for 5 from 3-point land here in the second half.
That one was from way outside. And Valpo has gone very cold. They have not scored a basket or a point in the last 2 minutes. But Dean gets hot, and he feels it. And he can shoot from anywhere.
Yeah, and it just shows you the spurtability of this Bradley team. We talk about the #1 offense in the country, 3-point field goal percentage, making over 10 threes a game, just can heat up in a hurry, and only 2 turnovers in the second half for Valpo, converted into Bradley points. Bradley coming out in a little bit of a 1-1-3 zone just to mix up their look.
And all right, just buries a 3. That's a cold-blooded shot for a freshman.
And now the 3rd 3 in this ball game for All Right, doing everything he can, up to 17 points to keep his Beacon group in it.
Dean finds the open man. Atlason rimmed it out, and a foul coming up. We're going to go the other way. Darius Hanna will pick up the personal foul, his second. We head to break. Bradley's lead is now 10, 56-46. 11:20 left to go.
The Jansen Law Center.
The Jansen Law Center in Peoria accepts medical malpractice claims throughout the state of Illinois. You have to have a law firm that is well funded to process these cases all the way through to a jury trial.
Jay Jansen. One name says it all.
Every evening at 9 p.m.
The school district said
25 News is working for you.
Lizzie, the police chief, told me the crews will be on scene for at least
Your
another...
first alert for what's next.
Big changes that could affect tomorrow morning.
Bringing you the big stories that impact Central Illinois.
How does the city plan to pay for this?
Because we did talk to one of the staff.
Live local streaming news at 9 p.m. from the news team you trust.
And thanks for joining us at 9 o'clock. I'm
25 News at 9 p.m. Your home for live local streaming news. Trust. It's something you feel that brings us together. Not given, but gained over time. Earned with experience. It comes with responsibility, honesty, reliability. Someone you can count on day in, day out. It's what drives us every day to work harder, to find the facts, to tell the story from every angle. It's why we are committed to earning your trust. We're 25 News, your home team.
You're smart. Your TV is smart. That's why you cut the cord. Endless shows, non-stop movies. But you need one more thing.
Us, 25 News.
Watch live or when it's convenient for you.
Just search WEEK 25 News on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, or Android TV.
It's completely free.
And everything you need in one spot.
Live breaking news.
First alert weather. Tons of local high school sports.
And documentaries. You Gotta Eat and more. Start streaming 25 News today.
Agent near you for all your home, farm, auto, or business needs. And again, a couple of games yesterday, and the one we were looking at tonight was Drake beating Evansville 65-61 to basically lock things up. The #1 seed.
Yeah, that's a frisky Evansville club, especially with the way Connor Turnbull's been playing. Daniel Abreu, 19 points, 5 rebounds to help pace Drake.
And Northern Iowa got a win, 74-52 tonight. That was our first game here on the NBC TV network. And then look at the top 5. And the top 4 are pretty much locked in as far as movement. Now, again, Bradley needing a win here tonight to stay with UNI, and the 2 will play coming up in Peoria.
Yeah, and how about not only, so Bradley up 10 right now, a lot of game left in this one, but assume Bradley finishes this one, battle for second place this weekend. How fun of a Saturday matchup would that be at Arch Madness?
Oh, man.
Bradley and Northern Iowa, 2 and 3 seed potentially, playing 2 times in a week, and that'd be a lot of fun. And these 2 fan bases seen each other a lot in recent years.
Always fun at Arch Madness. Schwieger had a shot blocked by Atlason. Here come the Braves on the bus down. Hanna lost the handle, tracked it back down. And now Dean left open. That one rimmed no. First one he's missed.
That was right in front of us. Duke Dean thought that one was going in. Kind of did a little skip on his way down the floor. Great hustle, though, getting an extra possession for the Braves.
Actually, the second one he's missed. 5 of 7 from behind the arc. The Braves 6 of 16 from 3-point territory. And a steal.
That's what Valpo needs. Couple of turnovers, getting out in transition. All right, getting downhill.
Quick pass. Now Schwieger. Schmidt on Davis. Shot clock to 10. Schwieger banging inside. Little following floater goes.
And if you're Elmar Atlason, not much more you can do. That's a tough shot from Cooper Schwieger. Drawing this one into single digits.
And with a little mismatch. Goes to the hole. Missed the shot, but he's fouled. Schmidt pick up his third.
How about old school, both possessions going post-up ISOs. Cooper Schwieger on one side. Look at that. That's pretty good defense. Not much more you can do if you're Elmar Atlason, but just 6'10" and long arms for Schwieger. Able to get that one over the top to fall.
Darius Hannah didn't seem too pleased with the contact. I think he was having some words with Schmidt, but cooler heads have prevailed, and Hannah hits the first. Johnson back for Montgomery. Schmidt will leave. And De La Cruz Monegro is back in. Talking about that on the sideline now with assistant coach Pat Baldwin.
Yeah.
And they're good on both. And he'll exit with Jonovic coming in.
A little bit of full court pressure here again from Bradley. Now a 1-2-2. Christian Davis, those long arms up front, active with deflections.
.45 left to play. Bradley up by 10. Valpo the ball. Schwieger. Fall away right-hand shot using glass. Boy, that is skill personified.
And I like what Coach Roger Powell's doing. All right, has been very effective. Give Cooper Schwieger the opportunity as well. Some of those post-up ISOs. Back-to-back buckets for Schwieger.
Kick ball. Stay here with Bradley.
Now look at this. Cooper Schwieger. We saw it on the other block. Now able, again, pretty good defense by Atlason. As a defender, what you're trying to do, don't let him get inside the paint. Oh, and that was that single-double, that floppy action again for Duke Dean. It's like they called Davis for a move and screen.
Third on Davis, fifth on Bradley.
Now we'll take a look at it. I didn't see it live, but Davis, yeah, kind of that little bit of extension as McNair's going off that screen. Tough call for Bradley, but I think the right one by the official.
All of a sudden, Bradley's gone cold, about 240 without a bucket. And a foul. Jackson.
You know, Andy,
Johnson.
I love the response, though, from Valpo. We had a couple possessions of Cooper Schwieger ISOs. Cooper Schwieger able to finish those. Now, all right, getting downhill, getting to the free throw line. Just even though Bradley kind of built this little bit of an advantage, Valpo continuing to battle back.
So miss on that.
All right, now 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Uncharacteristic for a guy that knocks him down with regularity.
I was like, is this really happening? 84% free throw shooter on the year. Missed them both. And Jonovic there to capture the rebound. About 3 minutes gone by here without Bradley scoring a field goal. Had a couple of free throws, 6 of 8 for the Bradley Braves, 3 of 9 for Valpo. And that one tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Braves. Kind of a weird situation going on, but you look at the free throw numbers for Valpo, not living up to their season. And in the first half, Bradley's three-point numbers definitely not living up to theirs.
That is right-sized and corrected itself in the second half. The Duke Dean barrage building this 8-point margin.
There you see those numbers from behind the arc. Davis inside the paint, little floater.
That's one of the things that makes Christian Davis so valuable. You have to respect his ability to shoot, and a good enough ball handler and creator uses size to get into the paint.
Quick ball movement to Shaw.
Good pass.
Right back to Schwieger, setting up 3. Got it.
That's just smart by Isaiah Shaw to be able to draw 2 and an on-time, on-target pass to Schwieger for his 3rd 3.
Now Davis inside. And a score and a foul. Count the hoop. Schwieger with the foul, his first.
And we're just, just great offense and unselfish play. Back and forth trips. Shaw on one side. But look at this, just the decisiveness. We just saw Davis get all the way into the paint. Use a little ball fake to get an easy one. Just understanding timing, spacing. Good find right there to Hannah. He's had a good game himself. Up to 15 points for Hannah. 17 points, excuse me, 18. Keep counting them.
Keep counting. 18 for Hannah. And the Bradley lead back to 10 as we approach the 8-minute mark to go second half. Shaw with a seam. And got caught up. A fall-away shot is good. And we're talking about freshmen and sophomores right now that are just doing all the scoring for Valpo.
Just great patience, good understanding.
Open man is Birch in the corner 3, too strong. And now Valpo comes back on the run. Taylor Cruz Monegro will give it up. Senior Diavero throws it away. They said it's tipped. They said it was tipped. I didn't see it tipped.
I did not either. Darius Hannah disagrees.
And we're up to a break as Bradley leads by 8, 63-55, 7:26 to play.
Credit Union One offers everything you need to get the most out of your accounts every day. With digital banking, you can pay bills online, set up personalized budgeting tools, easily transfer money between accounts, and more. Plus, you can get paid up to 2 days sooner when you set up direct deposit. Get started at cu1.com.
Since 1907, we've been One Valley, united institutions with common goals, breaking down barriers and building up communities, and nurturing the next generation of leaders who care about more than just wins. MVC student athletes are leaving a lasting impact in the places they call home by sharing diverse perspectives and fostering a climate of unity for future Valley pioneers. We are One Valley.
It's more than an attraction. It's a destination.
Spend a day doing it all.
Can we go for a ride? That's amazing! So where's this?
It's all here at St. Louis Union Station.
Plan your visit at stlouisunionstation.com.
Credit Union One free checking has everything you need to bank on the go. Make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunion1.org.
The Arch Madness app, presented by Great Southern Bank, is the official app of the 2025 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament. The app has all the info you'll need to plan your trip to St. Louis, including the tournament schedule, tickets, hotel accommodations, and special events during Arch Madness. Visit archmadness.com or download the Arch Madness app on your Android or iOS service. So the officials said it was a deflection. We've looked at it a couple times during the break.
Yeah.
And what did you see?
Yeah, it didn't look like there was a deflection on the ball. You definitely saw Darius Hannah reach in and slap the wrist of Darius Diavero. Wonder if that was another one of the officials saying, rather than call the foul, just giving Valpo the ball back.
Now Schwieger banging inside again on Allison. Shaw left open. Too strong, and Hannah rips down the rebound. First miss in the last 5 trips down for Valpo. And a clean of the glass right there by Hannah. Missed the layup. Fighting for it. Still loose. And Valpo takes it. And a push foul underneath on Atlason. That'll be his first.
You know, what I like of what I've seen out of Coach Roger Powell's team is just no panic, right? I mean, even getting down 10, just kind of stayed with the game plan, and now in the bonus, 1-and-1 opportunity for Schwieger for the rest of this half. Good chance for Valpo to get back in this ballgame.
And a miss. Gotta start hitting the free throws.
3 of 10 now as a team for one of the top 20 free throw shooting teams in the country.
Montgomery feeding it inside to Hannah. Ducks underneath. Reverse layup is good. How did he get that one to go?
And that's the same play that Bradley ran, that slip screen to beat Drake. That was the finish. Darius Hannah went up with 2 hands. Much craftier that time, having to go up and under the rim.
Shaw, the high archer. He's a scorer.
Yeah, not just a shooter, able to get downhill, going hard to his left. Good finish for Shaw.
Dion Giavero. 6 minutes to play. Dean gets it back. Inside to Atlason. Fills the lane. Missed the layup.
De La Cruz Monegro, so good the last time these two played at 17. 0 points tonight, so number 2 in white may have to get a couple going downhill. Valpo's going to overcome this deficit.
Shaw caught up, finds Wright. Steal. Johnson. And a hammer by Hannah. He had Schwieger on him. That was a pass.
Yes, it was. How about the swag by the freshman? And then Zeke Montgomery, a heads-up play, getting a hit-ahead pass, throwing it off right. But how about Jaquan Johnson? Look at this, getting the steal on one side and help side, and knows exactly what he's going to do right there. I guarantee you, as soon as he passes half court, he knows if Schwieger commits to him to try to contest that layup, that one's going up top to Hannah. Big-time play from the freshman Johnson, and Hannah knows what to do from there. Now up to 19. Excuse me, 20. Why do I keep trying to give less points to Darius Hannah? I'm sorry, young fella.
Don't do it to him. He's on the bench now. He's going to come over here. We're not that far away from him. Atlason will give it up. Davis too strong on the 3. And with 5 minutes to go, Bradley the lead by 10. Valpo the basketball.
Now Valpo needs a good possession here.
Giavero spotting up. That 3 is short, but Schwieger there for the rebound. Back inside against Jonovic.
We're just seeing some great finishes, aren't we, Andy? I mean, both these teams going to the rim. Cooper Schwieger having to work for his points tonight.
Schwieger with 19. Now Montgomery. Top fall away baseline. Got it. That's 13 for Montgomery. Actually, I take that back. That's 12 for Montgomery. They took that 3 away from him in the first half. Schwieger over the outstretched arms of Jonovic and splashes it down.
I mean, this is good defense. That's a contested shot. Yeah. Montgomery's a contested shot. This is just elite shot making both ways.
Montgomery will give it up. Now Dean. Stutter step all the way to the rim and lays it in.
Just a really nice screen by Jonovic. Part of the reason he's in the game, he takes up a lot of space, taking up 2 defenders to allow the little fella Dean to get to the rim.
Now Schmidt with the little rocker step. Back and forth we go.
Try to keep up, Andy. Bradley willing to run a little clock. Brian Wardle wanted a timeout. That almost a turnover.
So 30-second timeout called by Brian Wardle. 71-63 is the Bradley lead. that is some touch.
When life is on the line, OSF is specially trained in the care of critical injury or illness. We have more expertise, more specialties, and serve more patients than any other intensive care unit in downstate Illinois. The most intensive care expertise, only at OSF.
When the clock expires, Jim Matson and 25 News take you into overtime with all the big local games in Central Illinois.
We start with the big rivalry game.
Watch it, stream it, wherever you are on the 25 News app. Better yet, you can share all the plays, all those big moments too. If it's local sports, cheer, stream, and share. With the 25 News app, you can stream and share prep rally stories too. Watching high school sports has never been easier. Just click, stream, and share with the 25 News app. Home. It's more than a location. It's family, friends, people who have roots here, who share similar passions and ambitions, with hopes and dreams of a better tomorrow. It's a community looking out for one another, giving back, helping a neighbor in need, taking the time to celebrate our accomplishments and rallying together during the tough times. A place where earning each other's trust still matters. And we're proud to be your home team. Every weeknight, we're delivering more live streaming newscasts with the stories important to you. At 8, it's LNL Primetime, live from Washington, D.C., bringing you the stories impacting our country. Then at 9, it's live local streaming news from 25 News, so you know what's happening right here, right now, and what's next. It's LNL Primetime at 8 and 25 News at 9, streaming live every weeknight on 25newsnow.com and the 25 News app.
Do you have a favorite teacher? Someone who makes learning fun? Well, it's time to give your teacher the recognition they deserve by nominating them for the CEFCU One Class at a Time $1,000 grant. Go to 25newsnow.com to make your nomination.
Our next NBC TV network production will be Thursday, March 6th, as the State Farm NBC Men's Basketball Tournament gets underway in downtown St. Louis at the Enterprise Center. Our coverage begins at 11:30 a.m. Central with Arch Madness preview show, followed by the first of 4 games at noon Central on most of these stations and nationally on ESPN+. That's the hardware under the arch that these teams will be playing for, and this is going to be one highly contested Arch Madness.
Yeah, and just, you know, one of my favorite things, both as a player now and getting a chance to go afterwards as either a broadcaster or a fan, is, you know, it's like it signals the start of spring.
Yep.
And all these teams, you know, you just grind throughout the entire year, and now there's the hope of trying to reach postseason play, the opportunity to get that auto bid to the big dance. And with how competitive the Valley has been this year, to your point, I think we're in for a treat.
Yeah, there's no nights off in this conference. No. You can't afford it. 8-point Bradley lead. Each team shooting pretty well. 53% for the Braves, 46 for Valpo. Davis caught up. Good hands by Johnson. 7 to shoot. Looking for the screen. 3 to shoot. He'll fire one up. Off the heel. Hannah high for the rebound. Tiptoes and saves it.
A great hustle by Darius Hannah. Now up to 8 rebounds to go along with his 22 points.
He's 8 of 10 from the field. Now Johnson downhill.
It also allows Bradley to run a little bit more shot clock.
Too strong on that one at the horn. Big possession here for the Beacons.
I was just about to say the same thing. We'll see what Coach Roger Powell drew up in that last timeout.
Right with the basketball. Now to Schmidt. 12 to shoot. Schwieger. Stolen away from him by Hannah. Long lead pass. Davis in for the hammer. Wow, quickly things changed there.
Yeah, that was quite a fast break. A good stop from Hannah, and then what may be the nail in the coffin to get this Bradley lead back up to 10. Good quick response though for Valpo. Looks like Dean coming up a little bit limpy. Looks like I couldn't tell if it was an ankle or a knee. Seems to be okay.
Yeah, there was some contact.
It looks like grabbing that right knee.
The foul goes to Jaquan Johnson, his third. Free throw good by Schmidt. See anything here?
Yeah, he was rubbing that right knee, so.
Oh, he slipped.
Yeah, just kind of slipped, and you know what you never want to see is one of those non-contact injuries, and just coming up a little bit lame. Staying on the floor seems to be okay, but something we'll monitor here the last 2 minutes.
Schmidt good on both. He's hit double figures with 11. 2 minutes left to go. 8-point game. Johnson ahead of steam all the way in. High arcer, no. Got his own rebound with some help. And now Dean says, give me the ball. Let's waste some time here.
How about Jaquan Johnson able to go get that thing back. First to the basketball. Just a great hustle play.
8 on the shot clock. Montgomery. Now at 5. Will pull up for 3 straight on. And no. Johnson had a hand on it, but it was taken away. Now the lead pass goes to Shaw. And he missed the dunk. Roger Powell saying, where was the call on that? As Montgomery went sliding right by Shaw.
Yeah, just great hustle that time by Zeke Montgomery to contest that Shaw opportunity. Just great experience plays down the stretch for this Bradley group.
We approach a minute to go. Shot clock down to 9. In the hands of Dean. Step back. Nope. 3 on the clock and a 3 for Johnson.
Why not? I mean, Jaquan Johnson has been absolutely huge in this second half, up to 10 points and 6 assists.
All right. Hits one off the heel of the rim, and Hannah got the rebound. Shot clock difference by about 18 seconds.
Oh, what a great second half. After a 1-point deficit at halftime, a 3-point barrage from Duke Dean and the Bradley Braves, and just showing the experience we've seen from them all year, closing this one out.
Dean will just dribble. 8 to shoot. He'll step back. Long 2. That's no good. And here comes Schwieger back the other way. Now to Shaw. Shot clock off. Near steal. And now a steal. That'll do it. Brian Worrell saying no shots.
Give credit to Roger Powell and his bunch. I thought a gutty effort from this Valpo group. All right, really good in spurts. Cooper Schwieger, we saw a lot out of him. Isaiah Shaw had good spurts as well, but just too much Bradley, too much Braves on the offensive end in the second half, closing this one out, and sets up a pretty fun contest here on senior night in Peoria. Northern Iowa coming to town in a battle for second place and the #2 seed in Arch Madness.
76-65 the final. Bradley gets the win. And as we mentioned, now moves to 14-5 in the conference. And Valparaiso falls to 6-13. And again, I mean, Roger Powell, I think, can take some solace in knowing that he was up against the veteran team, and his guys showed out. They didn't shy away from anything.
You know, I think you look at this Valpo ball club, and not only the double overtime game that we talked about with Bradley, beating Northern Iowa, beating Belmont, and I think if you see the growth year one from Coach Roger Powell to where this group is now, just in terms of the overall competitiveness, they put a scare in a lot of people. Yeah. Now, the next step of that is, okay, how do you turn the corner and get a few more of those 50-50 wins as opposed to 50-50 losses? But I think going into Arch Madness, this Valpo team incredibly dangerous depending on the matchup.
76-65 the final. Brian Worrell, that was 181st career win at Bradley. Let's get our players of the game. A presentation of State Farm, proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And Duke Dean with 19 and Cooper Schwieger with 21. They're our players of the game.
And Brian Wardle always talks about how Duke Dean is as good of a leader as he's had, as good of a leader as he's been around. And, you know, for a guy that's a senior, has 0 points at halftime. Couple fouls, only played about 9 minutes. Well, what happens? Comes out with a great mindset in the second half. And it helps when you knock down your first 5 threes. Just absolutely sizzle. And I thought put his team on his back to help build this advantage. And Cooper Schwieger did his best to keep this Beacon Ball Club in it. A couple of post-up isolations. I thought he was really good in the first half as well. And the guy that's second in the conference in rebounding, second in the conference in block shots, ends up over 20 points, just like the last time these two played. showing his range, ability to step out.
And it was all Duke Dean in the second half of this one.
Coming off the screen and just absolutely elite as a stop and pop guy off ball screens. Tough to do. Just rises up so high off the floor, and once Duke Dean gets going, just incredibly dangerous on full display here in Valparaiso.
Well, spring training, guys, underway, and the 2025 St. Louis Cardinals season is just around the corner. Tickets are on sale right now. You can get yours at cardinals.com. As Roger Powell is addressing the crowd right now here on a senior night at Valpo. Well, let's get to our play of the game, brought to you by Gatorade. It fuels the best because it is the best.
No, and how about Jaquan Johnson? His defense, his creation on the offensive end gets downhill, but right here, sitting in to take away that dribble penetration, and then as soon as he crosses half court, knowing Darius Hannah is the trailer, throwing it up off the backboard. 10 points, 6 assists, 3 steals for Johnson.
All right, let's get the updated Valley standings as this one comes to an end. Drake, the outright champion of the regular season at 16-3 with their win tonight over Evansville. Northern Iowa got a win, so Bradley needed a win here today to set up a battle for second place over the weekend in Peoria.
Yeah, that game is going to be something across the league. Everyone's going to be watching, and I know I mentioned this before, but what a precursor for Arch Madness to be able to see that one. And of course, senior night. I mean, guys that have been in this program for Brian Wardle the last few years, going to be an emotional night. That's going to be a charged atmosphere.
Oh, yeah. Belmont locked into the 4 spot now, so those are the top 4 seeds. It may just flip with Bradley and Northern Iowa. That's the only thing that can change among the top 4. And again, there's a log jam right behind that with ISU, UIC, and Murray State all at 9 and 10. And then SIU and Evansville at 8 and 11. Indiana State at 7 and 12. Valpo at 6 and 13. And Missouri State having a rough one this year. But still, you don't take any nights off, even when you're playing toward the bottom, because these teams could come up and any one night could just bite you.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Missouri State taking Drake to overtime, right? So you look at the teams all across that 5 through 12 range, just really, really dangerous. Part of just the great history, the great legacy of the Missouri Valley Conference, all coming true. This is why Arch Madness is one of the most fun postseason tournaments in the country.
Well, the final one we have here before we leave you, a 76-65 win for Bradley over Valparaiso, and it truly was a game of runs early on. They were back and forth. There were 10 lead changes. There were 7 ties. And it was a crazy evening here at the Arc. But, of course, Bradley prevails 76-65. That is our final. For Adam Emenecker and our entire crew here assembled at the Arc, we appreciate all their hard work all year long. It gets to be a grind for everybody at this point in time.
It does.
It's always great to be working with folks that keep us on our toes and have a good time, along with some great college basketball here from Valparaiso, Indiana as well. Adam, thanks for your help as well here tonight. We really appreciate that. You have been watching Missouri Valley Conference basketball on the NBC TV network. 76-65 the final. Andy Major saying good night from Valpo, and thanks for watching.
This is ludicrous.
Ludicrous. All right, who called for ludicrous?
Sorry,
we went. This is ludicrous.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't tell ludicrous what's ludicrous. Ludicrous tells you what's ludicrous.
Okay.
Oh, that is ludicrous. You don't need me for this. Hang on. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good thing you have State Farm. Just file a claim on the app or call us.
Guess I can go.
Don't you mean roll out?
No, I don't.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you need surgery, trust the experts at OSF Healthcare. We provide life-saving operations not found anywhere else in the region, including heart transplants and surgeries for trauma, the brain, and spine.
If you're planning on all getting together,
Why stay in hotel rooms and not be together? Get an Airbnb and actually get together.
Oh my God, we're back again.
Super. Good.
If I get a word, the homies gon' hydroplane. Yeah. If I get a word, the homies gon' hydroplane. Slap. I'm ready.
Say go. Behind make the block where the leg goes. If it ain't, then it's case closed. Looking at the grave, it say so.
There you go. There you go. Nice job. There we go.
Every high school kid with a dream of going to the NFL will tell you, them 10,000 hours starts